Welcome to Tawlet El Sifra, dinner table. Place where common ground is where we find, I think common ground is common sense. I want to talk to you today about the problems in the world, and especially specifically related to immigration. I remember when I was here when President Reagan allowed, I don't know how many thousands, maybe millions of people to prove that they've been in the country so many years, and then he gave them some sort of a path to citizenship. And they did. They became citizen. I know a few of them, and they live wonderfully here in the United States. Since then, both sides, Republicans and Democrats, want to do something for the immigrants, but they don't want the other side to do it. This right here, this issue bothers me to no end. It's like they don't understand that the lives they're dealing with and the people they're dealing with are people just like they are. Just because these immigrants came during some very, very bad situations, and they couldn't go anywhere else, and they found a way, they found a place to go. And I'm not talking about the newcomers. Newcomers, there's been such a big hoopla about don't come in, so don't come in. My advice to anybody outside the United States who wants to come illegally, like they've been doing it for a long time, don't do it, because you're gonna catch so much trouble, and then you're gonna end up being deported, you're gonna be humiliated, you're gonna be all that stuff. But the ones who have already been here and have been here a long time, it was during the times where the borders were more laxed. It was during the time that things were easier for them to get here. This country had given them the impression that you're welcome to come. And then what happens is they come here, and nobody does anything to give them a path to citizenship. That same party that actually welcomes them and tells them, come on in, we want you to come here, and we're gonna do something like not very kosher, not like a big law that is a reform of immigration, and we will get you to become somehow a citizen. I don't know how, but they do that. Apparently, a lot of the immigrants, if I listen to the news, a lot of the immigrants that came here, even if they don't have like a citizenship, they're getting some sort of help from the government, and they're getting to where they eventually get to vote, get citizenship. But I'm talking about the people who came here. For example, some of the people I know were brought here by their parents when they were 2 or 3 or 4, something like that, and now they're 30 or 40, and they're afraid to show their face. They're afraid to live a normal 100% American life, even though they've been here all their life. They don't know anything else. Or even the ones who came as teenagers, even, there are, I don't care what they're called, DACA or whatever, it doesn't matter what they're called. What matters is these are people. These are people they're good people that have come here for whatever reason, out of their control because of situations in their home countries or situations. And since they've been here, they've been, they thought that something was going to give, something is going to happen, somebody's going to do something. And every party, every time, like I remember during Bush, he wanted to do the same thing that Reagan had done, and his own party was against it. And for whatever reason, they're not moving that to the level where you at least legalize the ones that are here. I'm not talking about the one, like right now our government is so unhappy with the millions of people that were brought in during the last administration. And so a lot of them, from what we hear in the news, they're criminals or whatever. So I'm not gonna go there because I don't know the details of that. But I'm talking about the ones, let's go before that. Let's take out the ones that were brought in by the last administration and go before that. The ones who were brought in here or came here before the last administration. They came because they thought that this life is going to be better for them than wherever they were living. not the criminals, not the whatever. All of these people, there's got to be something that you as Americans can work on and make some sort of a law that allows these people to have some sort of a path. If not a path to citizenship, at least a path to be legal here. Don't give them a full citizen right. Don't give them like the right to vote, but at least give them something where they can work and produce and pay taxes and be normal people. You're forcing these people to be to do things outlaw. Like if you don't give them a driver's license, they're gonna drive, especially the ones who have kids who came here and got married and have kids here. They're gonna drive, they're gonna take their kids to school, they're gonna do something, they're gonna take the kids to soccer or something. Why are you forcing them to be illegal? Why can't you do something about the law? There used to be a talk at some point about a path to citizenship, and there's going to be, we're gonna do this. Now, that conversation had been erased. Nobody talks about that. All the conversation is we have illegals and we have a law. Well, the law that we have right now, that's very ancient, the law that's been here for a long time, the law that I abided by and came to the United States during that time, is something that is not feasible for the ones who have already come here. It's not feasible. They cannot do that. You're making it so difficult for normal people to actually live a normal life. This country is forcing these people to do something that they don't want to do. I'm sure that if you let everybody go through some kind of channel, they charge them money, don't give them help, do this, do that, they will do that. Trust me, I know so many people who would do anything possible because they don't have any other life, especially the ones that came through to this country from the very bad countries that we're hearing about right now, whether it's Venezuela or other countries in those areas, El Salvador, those areas that they cannot live there. So what are you doing to America? You're the place where people love to go and feel like this is the life, this is the American dream, this is the best life possible. I understand that we want them to be legal. I understand that they have to come here, and I'm the first one that says don't come here illegal. I even wrote an article about that. I even say that anybody who comes here illegal and granted a citizenship right off the bat should not happen, because I earned that right. It took me years. It's like you're graduating from a Harvard University to get that degree, and you shouldn't be giving it to somebody who just now crosses the borders without anything. So that part we all agree with. But the ones who have been here a long time, there's got to be something that we can do. The laws need to work on that. Both Republicans and Democrats, get your head together and work for the people. Stop looking after yourself only, and then every Republican says, he's a Democrat, therefore everything he says I'm not going to agree with. He's a Republican, everything he says I'm not going to agree with. Stop it and think of the people. Stop being children and think of the people. This country was based on we the people. You're people, we're the people. Why aren't you doing something about that? Why isn't there anybody out there? Like there's so many new laws that the Congress and the Senate are trying to implement. One of which I agree with, is about the members of Congress should not be dabbling in the stock market and that kind of thing. That's perfectly fine. That's what we want. That's all fine. But somebody please come up with some sort of a presentation or proposal or something that tells the government on both sides, let's work on the ones who are non-criminals, who have been here at least 10 years, who have been here, whatever, and work on them to actually become citizen or non-citizen, but make them legal. Why are you doing this? These are people. Do you understand what that means? That means that you, just because the circumstances that beyond your control could have been in that situation. The fact that they are here and they're begging and they're hiding and they're doing this, does all that means is they're desperate. They want to be heard. They want to be found like normal. If you give that opportunity to them, if you let them become legal, do you understand the potentials that you can get from those people that you're missing? Every time we open the door for potentials, we give people the rights to do something, the freedom to be somebody. They do it, and they do it wonderfully. Why aren't we doing that with the immigrants? Okay, illegal immigrants. But the ones who have, if the current administration has a problem with the previous administration, fine. Anybody who's been here more than 5 years, 10 years, let's help them become legal. I'm not saying help them become citizen. There's got to be something that the Congress can do. Congress, please, you represent the people. You represent us. You should be representing them. I know that there are a lot of these congressmen and women, different states and whatever, they're maximizing their benefit out of it. But I know that you're working on all the corruptions in the immigrants' worlds and whatever. All of that is wonderful. I am for it, and all of us are for it 1,000%. But these are people. Can someone just understand what that means? These are just like you. You were born and raised and lived in this. Doesn't mean that everybody were able and had that luxury of living and being in that situation. We don't want to get rid of them and humiliate them and kick them out just because somebody, a parent or somebody, had brought them here at 100 years ago, 15 years ago. And we keep calling them illegals, and that's fine. They are illegals. We're calling them illegals because but that doesn't mean that we would do upon them the humiliation and the treatment that they don't deserve. We're not putting them in concentration camps. We're sending them to places where they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody over there. Like, I know some people who are from South America or Central America that were brought here when they were 2 or 3 years old, that they don't have citizenship and they're illegal. They cannot drive. There are all these things that are happening to them. And if you send them off on the other side of the borders, what are you doing? Do you understand when you send them to places they've never been, they don't know, it's all strange, it's all like completely different place, what could happen to them? They cannot work, they cannot assimilate over there. They've been part of the fabric of this country now. Help them, help the people. This is the country that is, their constitution is based on we the people. Please. These are people too. Help them. Again, please understand what I'm talking about, what these people are. This is not the right way of treating these people. Somebody has to come up with a proposal, with a new law. Congress, Senate, President, everybody out there, please come up with a new law that allows these immigrants that had come here, or illegal immigrants that had come here more than 5 or 10 years ago, and have made a life here. There's got to be something that we can do to make them live and be good and be, produce to this country. Don't just sit there and be like children and say, I want to do it when I'm the president, when the Republicans have power, or I want to do it when the Democrats have power. So then that law will be attributed to them. Forget about that. Forget about your ego for a minute and think about the people. Think about the people, please. I'm begging you, think about the people. They need the help. Please help them. Thank you for listening. Thanks for being with me today on Tawlet El Sifra.